Congratulations to Charterhouse, an event that I enjoyed every bit of it, but we're here to do postmortem. We are here to analyze it to the main agbonganines of the subject. I hope you get it.
Yeah.
Thank you. But anyway, how was your weekend? Kwame, let me start with you.
It was stressful, going for an all-night service. Sunday I had to sleep. But I wonder how you do it.
Are you a man of
TGMA all-night service.
Yes. Okay.
I noticed you had left.
Yes.
You went to do your podcast, do your video.
Yes.
The following day I saw it. I was like, so this guy, they here no, they plan. Wait, what time I go left? Then you left.
No, I left the place right about the time that they were about to announce the Artist of the Year.
Yes.
Yes.
You went to do your thing.
Yes. Then we are move. We pack.
So
I cook finish. I finished cooking around
after
5.
Kim Paluta spy you.
He spy me.
After he spy you, we give you that
another eye.
No, we'll talk about that. Don't worry.
That be after that be why you run away.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't run away. Nobody can.
Nobody
will feel like
that look. Why you born?
It was a sinister look.
Sounds of our time.
I bet fire.
You've been writing. You've been posting this thing, Adam.
But for all you know, Slim and Paluta are doing settings.
No, it is.
For all you know,
I'm here to clarify that it's not.
They are doing your settings.
It be settings.
For all these people.
Oh.
Portfolio, Kim Paluta, DJ Slim, those people. You can't make you not believe them like that.
People for believing. Okay,
if the settings then they do that thing they do will be settings. Make no mind.
I'm here. No, I'm here to confirm that it's not.
Then be close in the Paluta. Then be close, very close. There's nothing happening to them.
Yes, we are close. Yes, we are close. Yeah, yes, he's my boy.
That's
he's
why
my
the
son.
close look come inside.
In Tokano Mukuning yellow. If you
in the first place.
Oh, it's a Slim Mambo Din.
Mambo, yeah, Mimbo Obiadin.
But you didn't have to mention him.
Okay, so.
Okay, let's not go there. I think
once you do there, I mean,
okay.
let's set the tone for the discussion.
Listen to Kwabio.
No, there's no issue on my part. He still remains my son. Said you refer to me as a father because I've been there for him for over. This is like 20 years of friendship between myself and Kim Paluta. So it's one of those things. Nini any bad blood. I saw his campaign. In fact, I monitored his campaign in the latter stages because I knew my brother Portfolio is capable of handling the campaign. But during the latter stages, I realized that his contribution to complement Portfolio's drive was a little bit slow, very slow, slower than the big act, quote and unquote, big act, who were also exerting a lot of pressure in the race. And I feel he had the story. He had a nice story that could earn him the slot as the Artist of the Year. He had hit songs to back that. He had mounted several stages, and he had top of mind awareness as well to put him in the race and make him the winner. So if you are lethargic towards it, it be some way. Mm-hmm. And it's also very frustrating for him looking at where he's coming from, and especially me too, I'm from that place. It's been well over, I mean, since 2009, we've not had an artist representing Ashanti region get into the race for the Artist of the Year. And to me, it's been one of the things that I've been yearning for. It would have been a night or a day of
celebrate with your boys.
Yes, celebrate massively with my boys. To see you being lethargic and you don't have any reason to be that way. And I think it's because of the communication. He's not been schooled enough on the practice of this category. I realized from the tweet, the response to me, I realized he has little.
Maybe he also responded because he thought he was closer to you, and if he had any reservations, you could reach out to him.
Fantastic. So, and until America said it wasn't because for him, his tweet was different. Yeah. For him, his tweet was different because we were on radio. You realize that we were here. We were all here on radio when I tweeted it. Because I was about to tweet that and mention him because everything was done. As at that time, voting had closed everything. And I realized, hey, mommy, go check my boy, you know. And I checked the socials and was like, yo. Because I was about to mention and say, at Kimpaluta Music, bro, you need to move and be in sync with your PR. Move and be in sync with your PR. As your PR, they do wonders for you. You too. Because between you and portfolio, you have the bigger numbers.
Then it means your advice also came late at the time when voting happened.
Me realize that.
Then it wasn't necessary for you to have posted in the first place. So, if voting had ended and it wouldn't change anything.
That is why my initial post said,
yes,
I will be disappointed.
Yes.
If these two,
if they give is it not voting?
Yes. So I'll be disappointed. And
if
it shows
voters give their thumbs.
No, forget the voters then Bemont. Let's stick to what I wrote. Because me and I say no be anybody. Me
they don't give blogs votes.
No. Say TGMA Nina Ekasomu movie in one direction is because there was a specific campaign message that was delivered by the artist and they bought into it.
Of course.
That is how it works. But unfortunately, my brother doesn't think so. He believes that merit should get you the award.
So at what point did you realize his campaign and interest had waned?
Bro, it was whilst we were sitting here.
Last minute.
But
I
thought portfolio was capable of doing it.
No, but ideally,
portfolio was capable.
You know when I realized he was going to slow on things? When the Makuma issue came up. And I mean,
but we fought them.
The response came.
I was here on radio and we played the song back to back and explained that because there were two theories surrounding it. One was the issue of explicit words being in there.
But clearly it's affected him.
But my point is that it
affected him.
Your point is valid. Your intention is clear.
Yeah.
But if throughout the entire TGMA campaign period, you did not realize a dip in his campaign, but you only did at the last hour, then it wasn't necessary for you to have said after the event you could have pointed out to him. Because also a human being, he's in a race.
I like this one, so give me a chance to also respond.
Yeah.
So there are two people moving into, so let me take it back. When we started this PR thing, and when I say we, some of us, then we day back, then we watch. We saw it from the table of men. We moved forward to German portfolio, the MC, and now we have Vida and Tilly also doing PR for other artists. Now the game has stepped up. It stepped up small.
Yeah,
we realize that there's a mix of marketing strategies and campaign strategies to get the attention of people. Kim Promise went up and above to add bulk SMS, doing underground, forming groups and all that. I mean, I had some place where I see some groups of stakeholders, some big industry people in some group. Jack,
shape opinion.
Yeah, you understand. So I realized that Charlie, the thing now is step up, and this is management working behind, and this is not just PR. We realized that from the table of men and German portfolio era, this is 2 years and last year, it was just the PR that were doing action on radio. Charlie, they go here, then go talk them a vibe and things. But now it stepped up a little bit. Quite anymore.
Yeah.
So, and these are management doing, and also artists doing. So that was the time where I said, they make a check my guy to see if he's also moving on that level.
But he reach out,
But the issue, Slim, the issue is not about what you said, though. What you said is right. But it is about whom you said that to and when you said it.
Exactly. So for that statement, it is for Joe Metal. It is for Team Eternity.
I agree.
It is for Kweku.
It was a general statement.
It's a general statement, including King Paluta.
So maybe he found himself in
exactly.
Fast.
And it's not wrong because you need to show interest and move in that same like if you want to win, because there's already that notion that if you are from Kumasi, then they sideline we. There's already that notion. Don't go and add to it because you have or you stand the chance of winning if only you activate.
I mean, you need to activate.
We understand.
Exactly.
I reached out to you earlier. You need to.
You have to activate. That's the only issue. And me pointing it out. Me, I'm the bad person. Even me, I'll be the bad person.
It's okay.
That is the reason why I'll still share my sentiment on any issue and walk up on the stage with you. Because anyway, I mean, no problem. Yeah. And me, I'm telling you to win it for us. So say we go bantama coach soloku or me I'm winning fan coach soloku. And what are you doing?
I want to.
Me, I tell you this, you they give me.
When you want to, and when you go bantama coach soloku.
And I am
ya ko nungwa kosa oh ya nungwa
at that point on the stage where you got there and Kim Paluta gave you that side eye, bombastic side eye.
I say bombastic.
What went through your mind?
No, nothing.
He didn't see it. Did you see it?
Nothing. But see, if one thing people also need to understand is we have a bond beyond this.
You understand? Of 1844.
Yeah. Me now we go up and above this. So we've Yakun Longo.
Yeah.
All right.
Me and Paluta, we fought before.
Yeah.
But then you people don't know him. We fought before. Me and Amrado, we fought before. Oh, I go fit tell you me them flocking physical.
140
fist fight.
But
no, because they are my people. You don't get it. We are good friends. Yeah. Are you trying to tell me that you've never had a fight with your friend before?
Oh, definitely.
It's normal.
So what is this? So now people will feed into it. I understand.
I mean, it's part of the game.
It's part of the game and it's allowed.
But did you see the side eye he gave you?
Oh, it was lovely.
Oh, it was later when you watched the video.
Oh, it was just lovely. I mean, my brother was looking good on the night. I mean, Paluta was looking good on the night.
Yeah.
And it was.
No, he wasn't looking good.
He was looking.
He was looking ouch. He was looking ouch.
I've seen him from 2005 to now. I'm a proud friend, and as a proud friend and a brother, it was a night of celebration. Whatever issue we have, we can always go back and solve it.
Of course.
So for the internet and whatever they want to say, feel free and say it. With that being said, I've defended Paluta several times, but people don't want to talk about that. Maybe I say if there's a next one that pops up, best believe I am that friend that will tell Paluta straight in the face. I'll put it online and let everybody know that listen, this is wrong. I'll talk about looking. A typical example is me and Portfolio, right?
Yeah.
The things I told him in private, if like an oko online, like be different. But we need to also accept that we need to use that to also correct narratives in
exactly.
So I'm not a yes man. If you are looking for a friend that will say yes, massa, don't come to my circle. If you want somebody who will tell you the truth in the face, come to my circle. Maybe the Bema in a more professional way. Anyway, with that being said, hallelujah. Amen.
And me?
I beg, mommy, give me some small eye.
Eye, babe.
Mommy, eye back.
An eye for an eye. Tooth for tooth. Well, we're moving straight to TGMA. Several conversations around the TGMA 2025, and I've seen Kwame Dazi a long writer.
That's my recap.
Lengthy.
Now I don't write much. And go from packing can't me choka crabby.
Yeah, sure.
But these days you need to do the bulletin thing because that really works. People
people don't like long articles. So
paragraphs,
points.
The Godfather is also in the building.
Yeah, man, the Godfather.
Hello.
He feeling irate?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Me see iriness in your eye.
Yo.
What's your drink?
How you doing, man?
Oh.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bozu.
What's your drink?
Bozu, we can, as you say, you tired, but still.
It took a serious effect on me yesterday.
Then you need.
I couldn't walk.
You need some massage.
Yeah, I do. I'm a free hand man.
Professional massage or.
But me, I have massages on now 3 times a week.
Professional
3 times a week.
Yeah.
Professional, unprofessional one.
No, professional. And yeah,
not the unprofessional one.
Yes, and I'm saying, but could be about. You know,
not party.
Any tattoo.
Happy ending.
But maybe then they are so a sorrowful ending because maybe you be an amisu. Meow.
But we need to me general so of him.
David,
I think they are.
Adi Bemane said, Unim, I called. Bemane.
Okay.
And it's not what you're asking. But
Andy Dusty.
Let me say good morning to Mr. Alex Olivans. Olivans is at Hacho. So I'm there almost every day. Thanks to Honorable Marco Krekumate. He introduced me. Oh, it's true. Now, Unim, I called Ajagraja and introduced him that, I have this, there's a new massage, it's a stress massage. You need this, you need that. The Metian na Obano and I'm saying the Bibemane and I mean, as of for
Sofumpe.
Oh, I said every day.
Great to have Ashes in the studio and Godfather in the studio. We're about to get into it. TGMA 2025.
Okay, me say with the main count.
You're a stakeholder.
Boss, you are a stakeholder.
But
you were a producer. You were a backstage producer.
Well, let's get into some of the performances of the night. Well, we'll start with. Let's start from security, right? Everybody went through the checkpoints, the various checkpoints you had. If you went there with your own car, you had a place to park, and then you had the first checkpoint was the place that they were giving bands out. That was
at the forecourts of the State House.
Yeah, forecourts of the State. Yeah, the car park of the State House, and I saw something very different from last year's own. Last year's own, I mean, Charlie, then we crowd up for the front there, close to the red carpet, and it was quite chaotic at some point. I remember last year, Godfather had to give me some bypass for inside. Godfather, you guys.
Sorry.
Last year, you had to pull me through the crowd, give me some access,
I think
VIP access before.
Where this year you take VIP access? But you are they?
Yeah, I'm in pain. I know go pull, but we'll start by rating the whole show. Let me start with you, Kwame Dazi.
Oh, okay, I will rate the show 8 over 10.
8 over 10.
Yes.
Okay.
The lapses that I noticed. First one was the ticketing point.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people, especially the women, had a problem with those in heels walking, crossing the road to that side. And you see there's a dusty path to the tent. Mm-hmm. And so for those who wore the long dresses, it was a bit uncomfortable. And if you had polished your shoe to go and step on the red carpet, you need to pass through that dusty path to the checkpoint. And then I think I don't know, but the shuttles were not moving faster, so some of them were a bit frustrated there. Then when you get to the foyer of the conference center where the red carpet was happening, you are done and you are exiting to the grand arena. I think for the VIP, I can't speak for the regular or the premium side, but I think the security check there was loose. For example, I went with my colleague Jackie, and we were holding some social media, video camera equipment. Okay, all these things were not checked. It was in a bag. Yeah. We only showed our tickets scanned, and then the opened bands, and then the gate opened, and we entered. Brings my mind to 2019, that experience we had on stage where an artist or Stoneboy pulled a gun, and we're wondering how he was able to beat security to get in there. The assumption is that the artist coming is disciplined, the dignitary coming through the VVIP is disciplined, may not have anything on them, could be dangerous, because if I had something on me, let's say a weapon on me, I would have just beat security.
Disguised as a camera.
Exactly. So I think that maybe they should have done a bit of thorough checks. Maybe they thought time was far spent, so they should just quickly let people in. But I think that is dangerous. If this thing happens again, anything can happen. The focus of thoroughly checking people entering should not only be on the quote-unquote the ordinary attendees, but also the VVIP, the VIP people as well. And I think, apart from that, I think just a few.
Last year they had metal detectors around.
Yes.
We walked through metal detectors.
But maybe they used that through the premium. I didn't pass there, so I didn't experience that. Maybe, but where I passed.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, where I passed, I didn't see that thorough check there. I didn't see that. So I think to me, that is a problem. With regards to timing, and I said this, I wrote this on Facebook, I have come to accept that when I'm going for TGMA, it's an all-night service.
There's no church tomorrow.
Because you remember, at a point in time, they decided to separate the show into two, or divide into two. Industry award and the main award. So industry maybe on Friday night. So we give out the technical categories and then the main ceremony, so that we not spend much time during the main ceremony. But even that one, still around 1-2 before we close. And I think that also puts some financial strain on the organizers. 2 awards. So, in as much as I agree with production and other things, we can compress the time a bit. I don't think it can be done less than 3.5 hours.
How many hours are presented on the night?
33 or 32.
32?
Yes, because I've had some people, somebody like Harold is sending his message and he's saying that he's wondering why they can't reduce red carpet time and then maybe the main ceremony to maybe 3 hours and all. And another thing that I have also learned is that the patrons, the celebrities, the dignitary don't arrive in time. So you are coming. You need to go through red carpet. We finish with red carpet before we do the main event. But you are late to red carpet. So red carpet starts late. Everything starts late. I don't know if maybe the organizers should starting even when the people are not there. But would that be good for the cameras? We show the seats. Okay. I think maybe they should zoom the seats and see the people who are absent. So you will say, oh, we are late. Maybe. Maybe if we do that for a number of times, they will start coming in time or on time. So I think these were a bit of the minuses for sound. Me, in the auditorium, sound was good for me.
Yeah.
People outside listening were complaining about sound, but I did not notice that in the auditorium. I've not checked that online as well, but maybe those on TV. If it is TV, then maybe it's production for TV side.
Yeah.
But in the auditorium,
several sound outputs going on to various.
In the auditorium, sound was fantastic. The set was fantastic to me. I think they've done well this year. I give them 8/10. Another thing that might have also dragged the whole duration a bit was the fact that our artists this year decided to do extra by adding more props to their performances. It's a positive thing to me.
Yeah.
But because we are under-resourced when it comes to big auditorium that have maybe 3 stages that we can rotate. From here, we go there. That is our challenge. So you need to clear the stage for another artist to come before you continue. By that time, the MC
you have to do filling.
MC Bekasasa, Romanos will come and give some jokes, and before we enter, then let me stay on Romanos again. His beginning, the punchlines were solid beginning. But I think getting into the height of the whole award ceremony, it dropped. One, I believe that in as much as I admire Romanus as a fantastic comedian, and he was right to have been added, it was right to have added him to the MC's AJ. I believe that some of his jokes were trite. For example, we are in May. You are still giving us jokes about December elections. You see, you are free to give political jokes if you like, but they should hit home. It should be a bit current, recent, so that if I'm listening, it will hit me so hard. But Mumfasti and Mame is jaded now. I think it's been overused. Some of those jokes that were very current and loud in December, now can I say one place in a year? And I think he was making some jokes too.
No, in his defense, I would want to say he did the Mufasti and Mami joke in relation to King Faluta.
No, I understand.
Also seen on the political stage with.
He made a number of political jokes, but I think
the Mufasti and Mami was quite related to Baumia.
Baumia. That's okay.
And that.
But what I'm saying is that he gave a number of jokes that would have caused more laughter if maybe it was delivered in January.
Okay.
To me, and I also think he would have delivered more jokes on music.
Okay.
There are so many. It's a music event, and so if you give out jokes about music, but I understand him because I spoke to him and he told me the challenges he had with, production and everything. Sometimes things will change when you are doing presentation, and so you need to ad-lib or do some off-script presentation. I agree with that, but also the coordination between him and AJ was a bit off. It appears AJ wants to talk. That kind of sync wasn't there for me. Now Shoko was fantastic on stage. But the two who were supporting could have done better to me, especially Romanos. I love him. He's my brother. But I think he could have done better on the night for me. And basically, these are the small minuses that I saw, but I think on the whole it was a very good event. TGMAs, I think they have learned, they are growing. It's the only award scheme that we have that is really living the culture for us as Ghanaians. Music in Africa, in West Africa, I watch Headies and I was like, yo, Mukasa baby, look at Headies and look at TGMAs. Headies was I watched the entire thing. Those who watched
no good.
Yeah.
No good.
People have watched other award schemes across the African continent. They are complaining. So it means that we have something that we need to cherish. And if you want to criticize, do that objectively so that it can grow and get better. So that is for me generally about the entire award ceremony. As for who won what there, I'm not sure I can talk much, but maybe you can get into performances later.
We'll get into performances later. But what's the name given to the side stage? Last year we had DJ Black on the side stage. Is it right to call it a side stage?
Yeah.
Okay. Last year we had DJ Black on this. So would you prefer us putting the DJ on that stage other than having MCs?
When
you prefer?
Maybe production is delaying.
It's a musical event,
can feel it.
And we need to keep it. See, Varosky had how many minutes?
He had like 10 minutes.
And the hall was popping and jumping.
Yeah.
So it's a musical event, right? If they want to have a side stage, which you rightly call it, it should be music inclined, if you ask me. Because the thing has to be, the talking dragged the whole event to a point. You know, because like Kwame said, some of the things being said there, excuse my language, didn't really link with what we were doing. It's just trying to lift the morale of the people. But if it's dry, you're rather drowning them. And you're hitting somebody. That's what you don't see. Because somebody did all inside, they brew from December to now.
Still.
Yeah.
And music go make them forget
feel some way.
Maybe they also think that let's change inside.
No, but you see, let's tell them. There are people. Let's tell them as it is. It is the music that will work, not the jokes. Imagine putting an Andy Dusty at that side field, DJ Black for one side. It's a music thing. Let's get it pumping.
Hashtag bring back the DJ.
The MC can put in a joke. It is allowed, but to have it, to me, that side was dry for me.
Okay.
Honestly.
So let me stay with you, Ashes. Your overall rating for the show.
My overall rating was beautiful. Tomati and the team for stage, super
hard.
It was really good.
At some point, the screens go give you some TGMA.
Yeah.
They go give you some. Hey, Charlie.
I wasn't seated fully for the event.
Okay.
You know, so I didn't really capture the whole event. I was at backstage, you know, doing what I had to do with my artists, and then, you know, but when I went home, I was watching it a little bit, and it was good. I mean, it was really good. It's like Kwame said, the security detailing. I mean, if they say they will stop and check everybody's camera, they know today they will start the show.
It will be hard.
Yeah, because imagine every person getting there, they want to set you with your bag inside, and
Charlie,
it will drag those also behind. They should find a way. I mean, to making it work. Performance, artist by artist. So one thing this year, they put in a lot of work. The artists themselves put in a lot of work. Everybody wanted a standout performance. Yeah. You know, you guys that were in the hall can tell us how each and every artist actually, you know, throughout their performances. But one thing that I would want to tell the Ghanaian government is they should really pay a critical eye and attention on the creative arts. Look, if you see the number of people that were employed on the night,
crazy,
dude. Look, we are even looking
almost every profession.
That's what I'm saying. We are even looking at the people that the creatives. No, take the creatives out. Like you said, the carpenters, the plumbers, the masons, the security, the this, the that, the people who were selling outside.
Transport service.
It is a big business.
Fashion.
And you see, there are younger generation, Gen Zs, who got employed by their dancing, who got employed by their styling, who got employed by their something. Backstage was a crowd. Look.
A whole village on its own.
I'm telling you.
And our sisters.
So on one night, all these people got something going home.
Yeah.
Thousands of people got something going home that they'll probably live on for a few. And it's not something to play with. It's not. So when we call out for the art needing an auditorium, it's not a joke.
Yeah.
Really, it is not a joke. Because if thousands of people get employed, right, per show, and we have a bigger auditorium that can accommodate more people, and other people can also throw out such parties, it means consistently people are getting jobs. To do. So if the government comes and they promise us that they are going to give jobs and other things, this is one sector that can easily employ millions.
Just give them a hole and then
that's it.
Them now go employ them about it.
That's it. You don't need to do much because week in, week out, monthly, month out, something is going on. So that's a great angle of employment that our ministers need to drum it to the government hard. This should be a proper documentary being presented to the president for him to see that, Mr. President, on the night, this is what happens at the biggest stage in Ghana. So it is a case study that we actually need that big auditorium. See, the people go dig, you know. If they don't go use it, maybe they give we. Oh yeah, quick.
Okay.
When they give we, you understand me?
We'll finesse them.
We go find a way. We go do our thing. You understand? Because that whole this is coming to bed.
That way to
sorry.
Like hole.
I didn't change.
But what's wrong with the hole?
I said man, yeah, but
The hole is
Nothing like a big hole, like the one you're talking about.
I'm not
No, but
talking
that
about
hole
the
is very
You
big.
like
Really-
you like
relatively.
talking about.
It doesn't like big holes.
Is it a sensitive hole?
No.
At the talk.
It's for construction purposes. So if what depending on what you want to construct, if you have the tools, we can go inside the hole and then fix
How
it.
do you rate the show?
Your rating.
My ratings.
Over 10.
Still, there were a few technical issues that still need to be touched. We are still growing in as much as it's 20. How many years? 26 years. Yes, we are still growing
26th edition, 25th, yes.
as compared to the international standards. And like Kwame said, having 2 or 3 stages to be able to juggle around would have made it quite easy. What we see on the BETs and stuff are a couple of stages which can quickly rotate for the other one to come, so it gets the show going real quick and everything. But as compared to a few that we've also watched on the African continent, we are far gone. We are far gone.
Ahead.
Listen, the TGMA is not a joke on the African continent.
It's a big deal.
No, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It is a big deal that got people sitting and watching. Artists sitting and watching. I've had conversations with some artists who have tried to mimic some of the performances that our people have done here over time. The African continent see Ghana as one of the leading creative hubs. So they are always taking a cue from what we do. So it's a big deal. It is a big deal. Why? That's why DSTV will want to, publish it. It's not a joke for them. There are others that go on. I'm sure Togo has theirs, Benin has theirs, but you don't actually catch that on DSTV. They don't. Don't take a cue from that. So we've done well. All in all, Charterhouse has done extremely well, giving these artists the opportunity to, exhibit their craft. Stone Boy's performance, amazing. I watched the recap on social media and everything. It was fantastic. King Promise's performance set was super. Well deserved, if you ask me. Well deserved Artist of the Year. I mean, you were saying something when you were coming that I picked. The management of Promise did extremely well. Yes. They dug into every corner. They left nothing unturned. They started their campaign, to me, when we went for the 50th, 40th birthday of the...
Before that.
I'm saying, to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they actually approached, and tried to woo you into what they were doing. They would give you the plan. They give you... And I was watching them like, no, these guys, they mean businesses here. Adding Tilly to their...
The new Deputy Artist of the Year.
Adding Tilly to their PR was a plus. She did very well. Just that, I want to touch on this thing. You see the PR they all did, right? We'll give it to them. They did their job. But they have really hurt the industry.
Explain.
A lot of loose talks about certain artists, certain craft. That's not how it's done. We don't shade somebody because we want to get there. State facts. Stay on being consistent with your facts. But like Tilly once upon a time ridiculed Stone Boy that he's a retrogressive artist, and all those statements were very loose. I heard Portfolio also on certain cases throwing shade. No. It's not done that way. Craft must not be ridiculed.
Okay.
It is craft. Don't try and ridicule somebody's hard work. State your facts, jab what you have to jab, and go. So in going forward, the PR was nice. It added some color and some energy to what the whole scheme was. But it's not meant to be like what do you call it?
Washing away.
Yeah. No. We shouldn't do that. So they should learn.
Okay.
Bring facts. Bring history. Bring ideas. It added something, but we should be careful about how we go. If I should rate, I'll give it 6 over 10.
6 over 10. Well, the Tilly part, I would like to comment on it because it happened on my platform and I was there. And I think she made a point about, in her submission, she made a point that looking at the numbers that Stone Boy comparing the Fifth Dimension project and that of the Up and Running, the numbers are retrogressing. So it was based.
Was not about.
So it was based. Her analysis was based on numbers.
Based on numbers.
Yes.
He's not growing.
Okay.
You see, so you see how you are. Wait, hold on. You see how you are explaining.
Yes.
You don't have time to listen to that thing they explain.
People no will listen.
Waiting they pick, they go.
Exactly. Because social media decided right after the AOTY debate that I hosted, people decided to do agenda, small agenda. They cut here, then go cut here, then go mend down.
Yeah.
It's all part of the game. But what you really wanted to do, and I had to come out.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying, I'm not even basing on yours.
Okay.
I'm basing on other debates they had on other platforms.
So it started from my platform, and I think it went to.
No, they had started their thing before you.
Yeah.
But that statement she made, I had a counter statement, but at that time I couldn't say it. Yeah. It wasn't entirely true. If you use the numbers as of that time, only debate, you make a mistake because after a year, you have more numbers.
Exactly.
So if you say on your more numbers the year before, as of now, where's our numbers now?
You have to give
as
this
of the
project
time
the
TGMA
same time.
recorded that number, it was a lesser number.
You have to give it the same time.
So I mean, an artist may not have the best of the numbers, but will be getting gigs.
I agree, but I'm even talking about the numbers.
So
she
only
used.
numbers can
Over 1 year, an
determinant
artist
of
will
growth.
accrue more numbers. So if at present, that time now you're debating and you were looking at the numbers and using that to judge the person, say, I drop here. This year did not drop here. You're making a mistake because that particular last year number, as of the time it entered into the TGMA, there was a lesser number.
Yeah. Fact.
So
anyway,
now can promise artist of the year.
So it wasn't
If
a
his
valid
numbers
argument
doesn't go
anyway,
up
but I couldn't
again.
say that time.
So are we going to say he's retrogressing because his numbers didn't
Even
go
in
up?
the
Exactly.
Terminator, I mean, other songs of his
it was
Terminator,
based
they
on
didn't
it was based
on certain parameters
That's
regarding
why
the album.
I understand, but I'm
streams
also
and-
trying to say that there are certain things that we don't need to go into.
Right.
Okay.
Let's stay relevant with issues and
But
why
that statement was invalid.
why the artist deserves to win.
So,
They were just.
Don't
it was a
go-
debate.
They were just
It was a
throwing
debate.
shades.
It was a
Punch
debate.
But you see, as I'm not to us in the industry, we see it technically, we can understand it.
Yes.
But to the world, they don't understand it like that.
You are right. You are so right. You are so right.
You get me? Because I had people asking so many questions that I didn't have microphone here.
No. You are so right.
At the end of the person will be bad at that.
At a point, I had to call them to order, because I was in a group and I had seen their banter, especially with Vida and Tilly.
Yeah.
So I called Vida first and I spoke with Vida. I said, look, I'm not interested in this whole supposed beef. You are supposed to be PR. So and Tilly, Vida was explaining that, as you can see, for me it had been friendly and da. But it looks like Tilly is rather punching harder. So I told her that, look, you know what, can you cool down? She said, me, I'm not going to talk against her. Fortunately, she listened, and I never heard her talk about anything or go back and forth with Tilly, So just as you mentioned, it was...
In some context.
Yeah.
But it added color.
Unfortunate.
No, true, it did add color, but we're just throwing a caution out that we can do better than what we actually did. And then last thing I want to say to Kim Promise, they shouldn't drop Tilly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That brand needs that girl.
Yeah.
They should try and facilitate her movements for her to do, because you see, PR is everything Promise was missing.
True.
He was doing well, but he was just missing out because he wasn't connecting to us. See, it's like the R2Bs thing.
Yeah.
R2Bs don't connect
from the
with like mainstream music, but they are so good doing their thing. They don't really care. And that thing was like getting into the Promise factor until they devised a better strategy to touch base. I had conversations with Gomi back and forth.
But you see, that thing is very good you've raised it. And me, I have my reservations on it. If I touch on it, I may
Step on toe.
Yeah.
Which
because
one?
look, no, first, how you're an artist, how do you detach your craft from the audience or the people you are selling the music to? At the end of the day, it is, look, they can use their monies to eat Silak. They can use it to eat cow feed. They can use it to do anything they want. But they use it to stream your music, and when they want to see you or they want to interact with you or they want to get closer, you are nowhere to be found. I mean,
No, but you see, the artistry is also based on different measures.
No, because they had made it clear, like they don't care.
I'm
They
saying
don't
it's based on different
You know.
measures. Some artists shy away. They let
It's
the
different
music.
from no. You see, shying away is different from
What I'm saying is-
from Chalashes. You there? Yes, discussed. Okay. Yeah. You there? Me, I will. Okay, sorry.
Adam, over 10.
Me go me for no.
If you talk some.
Over-
Once you are here, you go talk. Please lock the gate.
You were a producer.
I think over 10
Adam master there's no baby any apple.
throughout everything. I think 8.5 would do.
8.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, one challenge that going forward, I think they need to look at it is the entry arrangement. It was a good plan to have a chauffeur to bring in people. You know, now it becomes 3 venues to get into the main auditorium. You go to State House, you come to, especially the guests, you come into the foyer of the conference center for the red carpet and all the glam. Then it be stretched, so then
But from the State House, you are chauffeur driven. You don't work
not everyone.
for the VIP.
Especially, I mean, Andy, I met Andy and others there. Like, Charlie Kanwa at a point, I can't anything. So they had
Team member.
they had to find a way. People had to find a way. And I mean, some of the organizers, parts of the organizing team, devised a certain mechanisms where when you are a celeb and you come, they give you a pass and call the people at the gate so you can go. You don't have to get down and be chauffeured because
It's always been like that. It's always like that.
And it created a little delay from there to the auditorium. Then before they move from the auditorium, I think there should be there should be some control at the red carpet room in terms of the timing and move. Like, we are done, we are all moving, everything. You see, almost traffic, and there should be a time where they all be stopped so that the people can move into the auditorium, because those people in that red carpet area are nominees, award presenters, and some special guests. And if all of these people are not seated, it is difficult for the show to start.
True.
Because your bodina obia presenting we same people will talk. Obia we winning soon we will talk.
That's how come you see me on stage 4 times a night.
And a banner as well.
That's how come.
Charter House.
Yes, sir.
Charter House. Omonye headmasters. No more they buy sim. What's that say? Said people will run and go and sit down to feel those things. So I think we need to have a look at that. How to get the nominees and award presenters seated early.
Okay.
To help production to start, because Emma at the end of the moment, I realized there was a time where Robert and other people were calling the artists because they have not seen them backstage. You understand? And we need to really look at that. And that aside, I think that they did well with how they contributed to, the artists and their props on stage. It's shown that the scheme is ready to help project the brands, you understand, through that collaborative effort. So they get you your creative ideas, and with their creative team, they add bits and pieces to it to put things together. It's not easy. Just a single stage, you have to be doing, you set up, you tear down, you set up, you tear down, you set up, you tear down for more than 8-7 artists. It's really a hell of time, and I think giving 30 awards to a certainly will stretch everything. So I'm sure they will sit back, look at, they will even understand where time chopped them, and I'm sure going forward they will try and tighten those loose ends to prevent, some of these things. They set up a very beautiful stage, very, very humongous stage. If you look at the whole beauty, the lighting, the screens, oh, Charlie, it was really giving. And I think...
It was giving.
Yeah, it was giving. And one thing which... that principalities... Girl,
And
like They were no Bunimu and Daughters of Glory Jesus singing seriously in the spirit.
Is there a particular way to dance to a gospel song?
No, like how the cameraman picked her. I learned at a point she was moved out. I was like, nah, this is a familiar spirit.
Maybe the song was working on her.
And on the lighter side, there is one thing I was praying that this year probably we will not see. But unfortunately, Sankofonum the artist ni China artist ni Katari and I'm so make a
Good. What kind?
I think like
well, if Raskuku is done, one will come back and say, boom, 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 boom.
Right.
It's crass.
No. I disagree.
No.
I disagree.
I think
unless said the obekasa after the artist no am Kenyans asembia but oba no be hype kakra bia some small poor me
and the laptop
something and the mic will go off.
No, but what was it for?
Ochi fans.
For what?
You are not the artist.
Were you supposed or were you taxed to do that?
I mean, respect
why must if there is an award recipient, the person that picked it up, let him walk away or tell him, Charlie, we are Makumasi for fans, and I catch almost be Amra Bogatanga na Ebia Bayer Festival or something is happening. That time what can Gunipanasum? So was I told you and others.
Except if the artist say, oh, my
Speak
manager is here,
behalf.
say something, like, something like that. Yeah, we are the only economic show. I feel dang.
People won't give shout outs.
I think we should go from that.
TGMA night and shout outs night.
What will be your rating?
I think we should go from that.
I've given 8.5.
8.5.
I mean, because except the delay, I think I love. I mean, the ambience in the auditorium. I think if you are in the auditorium, you feel some fun in there, and especially where I was sitting. I was in between like the Stone and Kim Promise and Michelle Charlie, it was really tense, especially when the artist of the year was about to.
I hear tensions.
Their reaction.
And when the Stone was performing, I saw Kim Promise vibing like
some serious
Charlie. But honestly, unless you are not an artist, you know. I felt it.
You felt the tension.
Gospel, no, Charlie. Traditional gospel of the year, Charlie. Your boss are category.
No, yes, before.
Tension so thick that you can cut through it.
Charlie, the artists are good. Charlie, they go through a lot. At that point, I was like, no, artists go through.
Traditional gospel of the year.
I know the gospel.
No,
song,
it's because of the
and they've brought in contemporary.
Separation of the contemporary,
the contemporary,
and then the traditional.
Song. So like
because it's also to give them a boost. Because if you compare urban and then the traditional may remain legend.
Yes.
Tradition in your
Oh, say mano Empress gift you normally has upon but the
Scott Eva.
Oh yeah, how's it done? What's the name? Esther Goodwill and Kofi Noeli and Team Eternity and the rest. I mean I'm the pop near the album.
Those who have modernized.
So yeah.
I have a message from DJ Mensa.
Okay.
Mensa is saying whoever handled the sound this year deserves a raise.
Right.
It was magnificent. With that said, we need to stop making excuses for the show dragging. You can give out over 32 hours and still manage time properly. Over 10 hours, award show is a failure in proper production. We are happy to offer our services for free to help fix this. It's simply unfair to ask anybody to sit through that length of a show. Let's do better. All in one is a 7/10 for me. This is from DJ Mensa.
Okay, let me come in here.
Okay.
The original plan was to end the show at 2 a.m.
Cry what?
Pachotubo.
Why? Save that was
relax, la. Listen.
Now what am I going to
I want me say the original plan. How it got there. Listen.
Let's listen.
Hey. Sorry. Odi 2 a.m. The original plan. Just as you mentioned, Ewa. So they all said Ewa. Right? Okay, if that's the case, and then Ewa. Because performances, someone is performing, he's doing this, he's doing that, and well, you know what? Cut it. So what cost check? What check? 5 minutes. Earlier I was 4. but we are putting this together and then 5 minutes, right? Okay. Red carpet, because it is separated, that will speed up the process, because when the time is up, it will be very easier to announce that, look, we are all moving to the main auditorium, It's disappointing how people don't turn up on time. That's one. Number two, especially people, not only the ladies, men may want to take pictures and selfies and why. Let's go.
Still.
At the point I saw Robert, and he was, look, but he was getting worried. I asked him, Charlie, why, what's up? You're supposed to be there, Charlie. If I know come, the people still there. What at all are they doing there? Yeah. Just as Eden mentioned, award presenters, even the artists themselves, and people still engaging them with interviews here and there. There you're crying, all the people that will come to you with their phones and try to interview you for their blogs and YouTube channels. All of these things will drag it, right? Because until you leave him alone, he may still find himself caught up in it. So let it be. Even after the event, you can catch him anywhere and do it. For me, if I'm doing that, I'd rather go and wait for them at the entrance of the washrooms. Nipana call my oban watching, because they likely say a 3-hour event. Where there someone will go and take a leak before he enters. Charlie say this small, say what are you enjoying the show so far? By the time when anybody knows, you've caught him on about some 10-minute interview with some good content, right? Instead of going to catch him on the red carpet, it's not meant for you. It's meant for some people. They are designated or taxed to do that, right? Adam mentioned the security, man. It had been sort of a challenge, but this year, amazing. From the beginning, the forecourt of the State House, the ticketing, and how you be ushered in there. You mentioned that.
I think you ease traffic with
a lot of traffic with a lot. Back in the day, they would chauffeur all artists. They'll put them in a bus. There was a small shuttle, and they will put them in. You remember I shared a story some time ago of how my relationship with EL went sour when because we had gone in the bus and Sarkodie had brought his mom. You remember there was, I think the year he won Artist of the Year, his first Artist of the Year win, he brought his mom. And 4x4, there were 3. So they put all of us in a shuttle, and 4x4, the trio couldn't get in because one had to wait. So I was seated quietly, and then I heard someone at the back. It was EL. I said, "Jana, guy, no, don't see from no more group of moments where." Then Jesus said, "Hey." Then Sak and his mom. So Sak said, "Oh, then let me get down with mommy." So they got down. I said, "No, let me get down." Sak said, "No, let me get down with my mom so the trio can get on." And we went there. So if you're not Mamini EL, some friction be by them kakra. Well, that's just by the way. EL is my guy. I noticed some few things. So first one, security, amazing. How you get it, you go there. I think.
Shout out with the economy. With the economy, your body and I.
How do you switch it? Yeah, how do you Bob or the Baguta? I think there were about 2 or 3 times afterwards they had to, but taking them away, you find that someone came with his girlfriend, someone came with his wife, so the celebrity Nangasan wouldn't be in there, but so I think that was okay. I think it would be appropriate if we have seat fillers.
Going forward.
If there are seat fillers, even if the show will start at 7, it won't be any wahala for TV. True. But I also commend them because when they started, there were vacant seats.
Yes.
At a point, I was watching from backstage on the TV, and I saw Nashoko because she introduced the show from the main auditorium. She was not on the stage. So the cameras captured her with some empty seats behind her. So I enjoyed it, like, wow, let's go. This will tell people that with or without them, show must start. But I was also thinking, what if the first 2-3 award presentations are done by the presenters of the first 3 awards are not present? What happens? DJ Slim is supposed to come and say something or do something because he is well known for example, Aziz Jr. comes on stage to present Best DJ Award and he's not there. Who do you think will be the best or better swap? So it will be appropriate if they announce or they let you know that you are presenting an award, so 7 p.m. please be there. Whether show has started or not, please take your seat. I don't know. I think Robert, the PR, will be a better communicator with this. It was a very good show.
Your ratings from production side?
Oh, from productions. Before I even give my ratings here, Slim, technical problems happen with almost every big event, unless you've never attended or you have no idea how it is produced, because it's produced for television. So if you are in the main auditorium watching, there are a lot of things happening on the stage. Almost and then the lights are going off. They say way back. So if you are in the main auditorium, you may not really enjoy it because art is not bad performing. Lights be giving away. So if it's Familiar, you've seen Familiar. I don't think, or I'm yet to find out if Familiar's delay, at a point, he was still nailed to the cross. Peter was still nailed to the cross, and one of the lights gave it away. That that's Familiar, right? But I don't know whether viewers at home saw it on TV.
I'm not sure.
So in this case, it was meant for the auditorium, which was nothing wrong. Do you understand? Unless you have no idea how these things are coordinated. Because me, I've watched Grammys. I remember the year Luther Vandross died. He wrote Dance with My Father with there's this guy. I've forgotten the musician. Okay, so Celine Dion came to sing the song. The beginning, Celine Dion sang the song, Mike Nodikam. This is Grammys we're talking about here. Grammys, who's supposed to be the mother of all awards in our sector. Yet they had these technical challenges. BET, we've seen it before, where people come on stage, mics are not working. It's normal. But we make it so much of a big deal that Debbie, I didn't think there was a yes, I didn't. Mind you, Obi THA. And there, look, if you see the board, these are 100 channels. Obi TNM. So yes, they can be pardoned. Let's pardon them. Okay. I think the last.
I have a message for you.
For me, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. George Quay. He's saying seat fillers in Ghana.
That's what I said, moving forward.
He said back in the day, they try some for Miss Malaika. As the proper seat owner come, the man will be boys saying, boss. We're enjoying the show. TGMA. The owner come. The owner come and say, boss. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the show. There are also some issues online with respect to this year's TGMA. Now, a glitch in ticketing. People were turned away because others used their code.
I saw Felicia say, complaining.
What do you mean their code?
People had used the scan with
it's scanned.
It's already scanned.
Someone has already
because when you get to the gate, you're supposed to scan it, and then it takes a picture of you. The gate takes a picture of you
then
automatically. It opens up for you. But when they got to the gate and they scanned it, Charlie, the thing says it shows some guy being face for the thing. The original owner.
When embassy scan my passport,
But I mean, people wanted to know, but that take it to the Elikia now. Did it get out?
I don't think so. Okay, that I know nothing about that. But I think all of these things we cannot say anything in vacuum. We just can't imagine, or we can't say, a bear say, while the truth. I think the PR will communicate it effectively. I don't want us to touch on that
I was at the validation spot where some media guy came the ticket is show. You don't say the ticket has color like all the tickets
red.
for media. By the ticket the guy show. Then the guy who was validating me said, "Hey, Charlie, I'm try you, but I'm fat."
I was a different color.
Charlie, they mimic the thing. So like people are doing all kinds of things. Nice to ensure that.
But with performances, I'll commend the team. I mean, good job, great job. If you are, if you are not part, you may not know how the troubles they go through to get these things done. I can confidently tell you that some of the props were made available. Some musicians requested for certain things at the dying minute, but the team made sure that they provided it. So let's make it happen. And I was amazed at how much the musicians were ready to even spend, the length at which they will go to get it done, no matter what. I can give you an example, like Famia's performance. If I tell you how much the guy spent to get it done,
his personal.
Peter.
Oh yeah.
And then I've seen Portfolio writing some things.
Yeah.
I had a conversation.
I think that was unfortunate state.
For Portfolio to talk about Paluta's, I guess
the problem
tomorrow I will explain because I produced the performance and Sabi Unimebisa.
Yeah, because I had a conversation.
But then also,
and I also watched Slim's editorial last night. I watched it this morning too. I watched it again.
See, one of us in the building also needs or deserves to be praised. Which is Brakwesi.
Godfather.
I mean, your contribution has changed a lot of things.
Thank you.
You take them.
This is what we're always calling for technically. People who are inclined directly with service need to be added to the board and need to be added to the team directly. Because you see, the energy of somebody who understands an artist is different from somebody who technically understands the artist. So he being directly with day to day with the artist, he's giving a lot of energy to the board to bring something that the artist has been lacking. The Tiwa factor, the Yausapon thing. I mean, bless you for making the old man proud.
Thank you.
The family is really proud of what the music industry has done to honor a legend. Like Yausapon is a huge legend. Sure. Don't play with that. And I think you guys gave a good account for it. Mami Tiwa did exceptionally well on stage, and the others you brought to back them, everybody did their part. My idea, they should add more of these technical people who understand directly what the artists need. It will help.
Thank you so much.
P.S. Lynn, I beg. Let me shout out Harold and his small message. He says the red carpet felt like a Halloween party.
At the point,
plus Dr. Romanos owes Ghanaians an apology for making the event even more boring with his unfunny jokes. That's from Harold.
That's his opinion.
Charlie,
anyway,
feedback. Good feedback.
Obishi, they said he doesn't look Ghanaian, but Charlie anymore.
I don't look Ghanaian.
And
that guy, no.
Let me tell you a funny thing. Let me share this funny. Hold on. You see when you met me at the State House, there was this guy who had worn. The guy wore a mask. I think he had some socks.
And had goggles on. He had some goggles on.
He's a YouTuber. Kwesi
official.
Is that his name?
Yeah, TikTok, yeah.
He's a content creator.
I'm saying no who baby. I'm saying socks. They are saying it. So I was with Bernard Dusipoku. Komzio. I didn't know Komzio come as we say, who's that guy? I say me. The guy is already.
We don't know himself.
The guy is disguised. The guy is disguised. How do I know? I say Charlie me. I wanna be hugging me.
Anyway.
Who anymore? And he was touching stuff like.
Anyway, time for us spent. We have to wrap up.
Big ups to Empress Gifty and the team. I mean, Hit FM, big shout out to you. You really supported this project, and you are part of this. God bless you, Mr. Hagler, and all the team.
The costume was nice.
Oh, Charlie. The costume was costume.
Empress will always kill.
Anyway, thank you.
Thanks to George Quay. He's Celine Dion Luther Vandross's